Jake, you've got a gold medal around your neck.
I believe so.
Have you managed to process this yet?
Nah, it's going to take a long time because I left my dorm room of the accommodation today, and like you walk away and you think like, I hope when I come back here I'm happy. And for me, like that would have been a medal. Like I knew there was good opportunity in this field to come away with the medal, and when you're running against someone like Jakob, you can never expect to win. My dad always kept saying before that I could, and I had belief that was a possibility and an opportunity for that to happen in the like very small chance if the race went the way I wanted. And I've come into this in the best prep probably ever had, and I just couldn't believe with 200 to go that I felt as strong as I did. So there was no reason not to give it a go, and it was kind of like the perfect scenario for me. And it's going to take a long time to like realise what's happened here.
What's the override emotion as you made that move with 200 to go? You know, what's going through your mind?
The same at British Champs, the same at Rabat. I've tried to do that same thing. Just that's how I feel like I have my best running. If I can hit the bend and control the bend and then leave something for the straight. It's kind of like old age now of 28. It means I've realised how I run my best, and you never really get a chance for that to happen. But today the stars just aligned, and that opportunity came to me. So I was never going to let it go. I always had to like take that risk to make the move to try and win it, and I just kept expecting Jakob to come past, someone to come past, even like Josh to come past in that home straight, because we normally have screens where we can see, but there was nothing to see, which probably was a blessing in hindsight. And I can't believe I hung on to win that. Like, world champion is ridiculous. It's crazy.
What's changed to allow you to be able to do that? You've always been someone who's had good closing speed, but I remember you saying before about maybe being lacking in strength.
Yeah.
What have you done to improve that?
Yeah, the big thing was Tokyo. I hadn't done the work I needed, not in the months before the season. It was all the winter. It started in a bleak day up in Lanark in the Scottish 4K Champs where I was terrible, but that was the first aim at kind of just getting a bit stronger. I raced a 10K on the road, which again was pretty terrible, and then 3K indoors was where I feel like I made my big improvements here, because I'd never really given 3K a go, but I knew that the strength was what I was lacking and my speed was always going to be maintained. Doing that and then having good training partners this year, like they've helped me so much. Going into the season and racing those quick races, racing Jakob in Oslo and realising that I needed to do a lot more work, the confidence of a British title, like there's just so many things this year that have just gone my way, and I'm just so relieved that it's all like come together for this one moment and the best possible scenario has occurred.
Because it's not an average field that you've just beaten. It's, you know, these are the guys, you know, Jakob has been, you know, just about unbeatable.
Yeah, like I kind of was relishing the fact that I was a bit under the radar through the rounds, because I think I showed a bit too much in Tokyo last year in my semi-final, where I felt good, but I felt too good there and not good enough for my final. So all I wanted to do in the rounds was qualify as comfortably as possible and as discreetly as possible. So I was kind of glad when no one was really speaking about me, because I knew that I'd done a good job in being a bit effortless through it. I looked forward to that rest day so much, just to know that I could recharge, getting ready for a quick run out today. And I knew I had to go under 3:30 again to be able to do that probably even quicker. So yeah, it's hard to put into words right now how it feels, but it's just disbelief. Like the like moment to sink in and it happened, like to realise what's happened hasn't occurred yet. I can't wait to see my phone and to like speak to friends, family, even though it's like I'm sure they'll probably have gone back to sleep, or maybe not if they're that buzzing about it. That's when I see them and I can like celebrate that. It will truly feel as though I've been world champion, but right now it's mad.
How much does it mean? I mean, because you're someone who's been in the sport a long time now,
Yeah.
and you've had it has been a steady progression, but there's a lot of work that's gone into this time.
Yeah, like for me, I've always thought about like how much sacrifice I put into this, and like, how much is it worth it? It's like for me, I don't love going for a run. Like this sport for me is all about competition, how well you do. So I feel like I've missed a lot of young years where I could have done a completely different thing in my life and been going out loads, like I don't know, doing a different job. Like I feel like I've sacrificed those things because I would love to be doing that. And sometimes for me, especially when Tokyo was last year, it kind of gets like, well, how many more years am I going to do this and still get the same enjoyment? Because the lows in the sport are pretty bad. But when you get like this, you realise that every sacrifice has been worth it. And there's so many people that have played a part in my development from such a young age. I've been doing the sport since I was 8, 9. Like my mum was PE teacher at my school, and I've done her cross country sessions going through. My dad's been a coach. There's club coaches at Edinburgh that have pulled me through. There's uni coaches that have helped me, like so many physios, like S&C. Like there's a lot of people I need to thank personally, and hopefully I can put a post out later and just thank everybody. But it's just like a lot of hard work from so many people. I feel like I can finally pay back with this, and I hope they can celebrate it as much as I can.
And with that little boy who first started running those years ago, would you believe this was?
Nah, like that's the thing is, like, I think when you're that young, you think it's easy. Like you can't, you think like, I'm winning my school cross country, I'm winning my sports day, like I can be Olympic champ, world champ. But the older you get, you realise how hard it is, and I was pretty content that I could finish his career with some sort of global medal, and that was what I've been pretty driven for probably since like 2017, is that I need a global medal to finish my career. So to be a world champ is beyond words, and whatever happens the rest of my career, whatever happens the rest of this season, I'm a world champion. So yeah, it's I hope that the little me would be very proud, and yeah, it's hopefully I'd love to inspire a lot of kids that didn't really have the perfect development. I was a tiny little prawn of like, and a little weed of a kid that wasn't amazing when I was real young. I've just gradually built through and had that belief that I could always do something in the sport. What that something was, I've never been entirely sure, but for that something to be a world champion is unbelievable.